I mean, I'm ecstatic. It's been a long journey to get to this point. And it's been a long time since I've been able to play a football game, or just be able to feel the excitement heading into game week, and knowing that I'll be good to go come game day. But I'm ecstatic. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good game, good season.
I'll be honest, this summer I made Steve a bet that I would buy him dinner because I didn't think he would play. And just last year, I mean, you did practice, you wouldn't make it to a game. Like, how hard was it to stay mentally locked in and not give up? Like we just saw, Andrew last year.
Yeah, it was tough. Last year, like I said before, it was one of the hardest years of my life, physically, emotionally, and physically. I mean, and mentally. I mean, it was tough. I didn't really know where I was at. I didn't know where I didn't know. There's a lot up in the air. I didn't know how I was going to come back from surgery. I didn't know, if I was going to be able to get back to playing football at the level that I knew I was going to be able to play. But I did a lot. I worked really hard this off season. Put a lot of work in rehab wise, to get my body back to this point. And I'm looking forward to this. Looking forward to this week, and looking forward to the season.
You just tackle that one day at a time, get up and then do it the next day.
Yeah, that's how I attacked it. I didn't look at the big picture, because looking at the big picture, something can be taken from you, in the blink of an eye. Football got took away from me in the blink of an eye, doing something that, I've done plenty of times before. But that's how I woke up and attacked it. I attacked it day by day. This day, I just attacked it day by day. Going from having surgery to not being able to walk, to learning how to walk again, to teaching my body how to get back jogging again and running again and then cutting again. But that's just how I attacked it. I attacked it day by day. It's kind of hard when you're going through all of that to look at the big picture, because you feel like the big picture's so far away.
Seems like if we looked at some of your video from last year, you had a little more baby fat on
Yeah.
around the face, and so you've really cut that out.
Yeah, I've cut it out. This past year, and these two surgeries really gave me a whole perspective on not just football itself, but just life in general. It really had me sit back and just look at things, look at my body and listen to my body. What I was doing wrong. It had me look at what I was doing wrong and what I needed to work on and improve. Eating right was one of them. Working, amping my workouts up, and just a lot of things that had me tune up and change over this last year.
When you're working, then I'm sure back then you're envisioning the season opener seems far away, but it's going to be here before you know it, and I want to be the best guy I can be.
Yeah, this off season, it feels like it flew by. But that's the mindset I tried to have. Was just day by day, knowing that in the winter I was telling myself spring ball is going to be right around the corner. I got to make sacrifices to make sure I'm good to go by spring ball. And then spring ball was gone and summer was here, and I was like, I got to make sacrifices in the summer because I know the fall camp's going to be here, and once fall camp's here, the season's going to be here. So, I just took it day by day, and I'm looking forward to the season.
What were your injuries in taking care of?
You said what?
What were your injuries that you had?
I fractured my foot, my fifth metatarsal. Had surgery on it. I had surgery on it the first week of July. Yeah, my bad. Last year, I had surgery on it the first week of July. I guess the surgery didn't go good. My foot was still fractured throughout the season. And then I had another surgery, I think the day before Thanksgiving, this past Thanksgiving. That fixed everything, corrected everything. It's the best I've felt in a while.
How mentally tasking is the whole rehab process?
It's tough. You just look at Andrew Luck, for example. It's tough. It really takes a toll on you mentally and emotionally. Because football is something that people love us football players love to do. And when you take it from us, it's kind of like you don't really know what to do with yourself. And you're physically limited. I couldn't even walk how I wanted to. I couldn't even stand up how I wanted to. It's just a lot of things when you're hurt that you take for granted that you don't think about until you're hurt.
How much does your dad help with the process? Just kind of him going through it.
To be honest, not a lot. When I first had the surgery, I called him and was emotional. I wasn't emotional. Obviously, I didn't show it to him, but I was emotional on my side of the phone, telling him that I had the surgery and everything. And he was just like, kind of his mindset was like, all right, what's next? Like, where do we go from here? Surgery, okay, rehab, all right, attack it. But he's really let me do everything by myself. He's always been supportive whenever I've called him, but I've kind of gone about this thing by myself.
From what I've gathered,
You said what? I'm sorry.
You were instrumental with Joe in getting in here and just making sure guys were doing what they needed to do on their own. Was that important to you?
Yeah, it's important to me. Having to building a relationship with the quarterback, building a relationship with a quarterback is big. I feel like if, you're expecting to catch the ball, get a lot of balls thrown to you and you don't have a relationship with your quarterback, that kind of contradicts itself. But I wouldn't really say it was me getting the guys into here. I mean, I did a little bit, I played a little bit of a role. Joe played a role too, but it was really all the guys individually. I think Lloyd told me sometime in the summer that this was the most people that he's seen up there on an off day, on the off days that he's ever seen since he's been here, and I can agree with that. There were some off days, we'd work out all throughout the week and have practices all throughout the week, and then come Saturday, the whole O-line was out there, all receivers was out there, quarterbacks was out there, D-line was out there, running back, everybody was out there getting work in. So I wouldn't even really say it was me. I think everybody just feels a sense of urgency this year and, was working towards that this offseason.
When you talk to your father, does he have appreciation for, like, you do dirty work? He got to catch 80, 90 passes. You're not going to catch 80, 90. You
Yeah.
catch a few, but
I mean, he has a little appreciation for it. He knows, he doesn't know, but he knows what it's like to be in the trenches. So, I mean, he's always been outside looking in when it comes to being in there and doing the dirty work. I know he has appreciation for it, but, there's only so much he can say to me when it comes to that because he doesn't really know.
did he ever block anybody, you think?
I think he did a little bit. Nothing crazy, but I think he might have did it a little bit, just a little bit of blocking.
How much about this offense do you feel is kind of like, I used this earlier, just, a secret that you're going to show everybody on Saturday?
A lot. I feel like we've been very limited as to what we've been showing. This offense just has a lot of parts to it. We have a lot of weapons that can be used, and just a lot of things that we can do with this offense. I feel like when Saturday comes, we'll unveil it. I know a lot of people are excited about it and looking forward to it, and Saturday is going to be the night to show it.
One more question, guys. Ed said yesterday that you and Joe have a good rapport. I caught a cool moment yesterday at practice where you guys were talking through the route that you were supposed to be running and stuff. Is that just something that you have to build, like you said?
I mean, I feel like it is, but I mean that's just what Joe's been doing this whole offseason. He's always been telling me where he needs me, when he comes back to his third step and his fifth step and his seventh step, where he expects me to be, where he needs me to be, where I am in the progression, and he's gonna check down from him to here, and when he comes back to me, he expects me to be right here so he can throw me the ball. But we have a really good relationship heading into the season. I feel very good about it. And that little bit you got from practice, that's every day. That's almost every time we throw a ball, there's always feedback from either one of us.
Because you guys are just all mature enough to get into the nuances of it now?
I think so. I think it is. Like I said, we feel a sense of urgency. But I mean, I feel like that's just who I am and who Joe is. I know Joe's a perfectionist. I like to think of myself as a perfectionist too. I like to do everything right, and do everything the way it's supposed to be. And I feel like he's the same way.
Thank you, Thaddeus.
No problem.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate y'all.